Amelia was actually born normal, so she was able to hit most of her milestones as like a baby or toddler. She was able to babble, she was able to stand, she was able to crawl. So she actually degenerated when she was 1+2. It became real that she's unable to do things that a normal child would be able to do anymore. She was having some issues that my mom noticed, and she brought her to the pediatric, but they couldn't really find out what exactly happened to Amelia. So for Amelia, we always say, she's the one and only rare little girl with this condition, and if ever we get to diagnose her, we'll name her the Amelia's condition. I think when Amelia degenerated, I didn't really remember much because I was only at the age of like 5, but I do remember like moments that I spent with her. So we always have this dark corner in our old house where she put all the mattress up, and we'll crawl in a tunnel together and have a lot of fun. Amelia had this habit of biting my hair when she was younger. She would chew onto my hair, and I'll be always scolding her like, can you stop chewing on my hair? And I was quite young, but I still remember these vivid memories that I have with her that means a lot to me. So when I found out about Amelia's condition, back then, when I really found out and I dwell on it was when I just started primary school, when I realized that, my peers are having like siblings coming in together with them, and I'll see like, some of my friends, they have their own buddies or like their younger siblings coming into school with them. It affected me at one point because it's not fair that I have a sibling that is not normal. I think everyone as like a child would want someone to play with.
So I would say when I find out that my own child is not the same, I was devastated. Having a kid with a rare genetic condition was fairly unusual. So I was really devastated. I was lost. There was no community. There was no support. At one point, I actually wanted to actually end my life. And I couldn't face how her condition was. I have nobody to talk to. Yeah, so like, can you imagine 12 years ago, when the advocacy of special needs was really lack? I don't even know what is palliative care. I don't even know where to go, who to seek. So I think the turning point was when she was 4, when the neurologist told me that she was actually suffering from epilepsy, that it's either we have to quickly use drugs to stop the seizure, else the prognosis of this child may be very short. And then at that point I was crying in the ward, and I told myself that I'm going to live to the fullness, and I'm going to give her the quality of life that I can.
So the transition happened when I was in actually upper primary, when I realized that Amelia has her own abilities, and she's not just a disabled child who's confined to the wheelchair, confined to the bed, unable to express herself, but Amelia is full of joy and excitement, and she's full of character.
Can you tell me, how are you feeling today?
I'm here, I see here.
Are you upset? Vivian? No?
Amelia has this eye tracking device that is actually like a computer that tracks her eyes. So she has a communication application that she could communicate with us. I think the first time when Amelia actually hit something on the eye gaze, it was a big milestone for us as a family because, having a degenerative condition, no one would believe that her brain is still functioning. So for Amelia, she's able to even say words in sentence through the eye gaze, even though she's never really taught how to spell, but somehow she managed to do it. So even though she has a disability, but she's extremely smart. So the meaning of a degenerative condition is that she slowly loses every single ability that she has. Now she isn't even able to eat herself. So at the age when she was 5, she actually undergo a surgery to be tube fed. And besides that, Amelia has lost the ability to breathe on her own sometimes. So she's actually on a ViPAP, which is what we call a ventilator, to support her breathing. And because in June she actually got the diagnosis that she further degenerated, so now she's unable to fully hold her blood pressure at night. So her blood pressures would drop and her heart rate would drop. So when it came back in June, we were actually really worried because we were afraid that any time when she sleeps, she would just go.
Okay. You tell her.
We usually can't have a fixed schedule because we do not know whether Amelia will be well today or tomorrow, and Amelia is quite uncertain. So I decided to switch from mainstream to homeschool when I was 14 years old. We as a family made the decision because I really wanted to spend time with her and just enjoy the moments that we have.
So she told me, she said, "Mom, I knew that, and we knew that we have not much time with Amelia." And after when she said that, as a mom, it kind of breaks me. I would say I'm really very blessed that I have a child who is mature. Amanda was mature enough, and I would think that this will be something that will be very helpful for the family. When she's not breathing well or her machine starts to beep, we will be together to go through this together. Yeah. When Amelia was about 6, I met somebody, and then she told me about HCA palliative care. HCA also supports us not only medical, in that emotional care that they're given us.
So Nurse Yani regularly comes to our house once a week or once every 2 weeks, and she has become so big part of our life that even Amelia, she always wants Nurse Yani to come, not to work. So she wants Nurse Yani to come, to spend time with her, to play with her. She has seen Nurse Yani not as a nurse, I think. She has seen her as a friend and so much more.
The team has been showing us that despite of the difficult journey and the uncertain journey that we're going through, we knew that we can count on them, and at the same time for us to be courageous to go through whatever that comes our way together with Amelia.
She's actually a living miracle. We always say, she's living on by God's faith. She has definitely lived past whatever the doctors predicted. So they said 2, she's 14. They said she can't live past her June admission. She's still here. She just celebrated her 14th birthday on 2nd October. And she's just there to prove everyone wrong, I would say.
Each time when we resuscitate her, each time when we back her, each time when we want her back, it makes me and my family a stronger one, because we learn to be brave like what Amelia did, because every time when we try to bring her back, she was all willing to fight the battle together. And because of that, our family learned that every moment is so precious. Every breath is so precious.